All right. Hello, everybody. Wave. We're on video. All right. Cool. Okay, I'll put this down here.
Crank it up.
Zip it, Richard.
Get those mice walking.
Zip it, Richard. All right, here we go. Ready? Yep. Can you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, come on. Oh, you.
Should I be turning this on and off? Do you get reverb because they're all on? Or just leave it
Yeah,
on?
turn them off. Okay, I see you, Tom. All right, cool. Tom's in there. They had to read.
Hi, Tom.
Here we go.
Bring me some warmth.
I'll try to bring you back from vacation.
Yeah.
What is the problem here?
Oh, you just like a dark lock.
All right, I got to sign back in, I guess, this stupid talk show. Oh.
You been doing anything exciting downtown Detroit these days?
Paying off a bunch of lawsuits.
All kinds of good stuff.
Nothing good, no.
All right, let me see if I can call in again.
Jail's still in the same status it was.
Please enter your conference ID followed by the pound sign.
Enter your PIN followed by the pound key. You are now joining the call. You are unmuted.
Okay, let's see now if this stupid thing works. Yeah, what else is new, Tom? All right, here we go. Wait a minute, let me do this. David jinxed us.
And the new factory.
No, you're good. We're all right. We'll get it. It'll come around. Here we go. Yes.
Recorded live.
Hi, this is Lisa Hicks Clayton, Dearborn Heights City Councilwoman, and you're listening to GC Community Chat. And now, here's your host, Kerry Parton.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to GC Community Chat. I'm your host, Kerry, and joining me tonight is Wayne County Commissioner Richard LeBlanc,
Finally.
Dr. Tom Iwinski, and Derek Parton. This show is dedicated to you, the residents and businesses of Garden City, as well as the surrounding communities. Remember, we're working hard to promote our community and yours. Well, hello, everyone. It's Thursday, December 11th, 2014, and you're listening to show number 226. I'm your host, Kerry. And yes, he's back, our Wayne County Commissioner, Richard LeBlanc.
He's back.
How are you doing, stranger?
Well, pretty good, except for two things.
What?
When I walked in the door
Yeah.
today, downstairs,
Yeah.
first the dog snarled.
She forgot about you.
Then Mrs. Check kind of gave me a look.
She snarled?
Like, hey, who is this?
That's funny.
So it's nice to be back.
Yeah, been like 3 weeks, but hey, who's counting?
Who's
right?
counting?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, well, good to have you back. And also joining us is our co-host and resident weatherman, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing? You there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm doing well.
Yeah, Richard's back. You believe it?
Hello.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome everybody in the chat room and those that will be watching us on our YouTube channel later. Thank you. And if you're also downloading the show off of our main show page for later, thanks for listening. We appreciate your support every week. Hey, we got a good show for you tonight. We are happy to welcome David Jevahirian. I hope I said that right. I kill his name all the time. David owns the Marketplace Help Center right here in Garden City, and we'll be discussing insurance, Obamacare, and much more. So if you have any questions about Obamacare, you're going to want to call in. Also tonight, we'll get with Richard and see what's new with him. I would imagine you have quite a bit for us, Richard. You've been a busy guy.
I have been a busy guy.
Yeah, you have been a busy guy. Your mouth is full, too.
I know you are, but what am I?
And you might be just a little punchy too tonight.
You did the last of the licorice?
Yeah, you might have. And we'll give you the information on the Garden City Business Alliance Holiday Mixer tomorrow evening. That's going to be a big event here in our city, hopefully. Tom has all the weather for us. Holly and Joey have a segment on growing sprouts indoors for the winter. We have some events to announce and much more, so we hope you'll stick around for the next 60 minutes or so and join our conversation via our chat room by going to the main show page at talkshoe.com/TC/82757. Just click on the large join in button, sign in as a guest, and you're good to go. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions or comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. Now, the phone number here is 1-724-444-7444. What else, Richard? And you're going to enter call ID 82757 followed by the pound sign. And you can always text your questions or comments at 734-788-9319. So sit
Well,
back.
that's a lot of numbers to remember.
It is. But you know what? People are smart, man. They can handle it. So look, sit back, grab your favorite beverage. I know we have. And we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let me mention real quick, once you're at our main show page, you'll be able to download whatever shows you would like to listen to at your convenience, whenever and wherever you want. We are also in iTunes. Just search for GC Community Chat. And don't forget, we're doing a video recording of tonight's show, so you can put a face with the voice. And that video will be made available later on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Community Chat Show. Okay, before we go any further, let's get the latest weather update from Tom, and then we'll check in with Joey and Holly. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Hey, Tom, what's up? Hey, you know, weather hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, definitely. For the month of December, it's been a little something balmy. We've seen some rain this week. Just rain, not snow. And I don't really of that snow in the forecast. For the rest of today, it's going to be, again, another cold night out there. We did see, again, a lot of frost this morning because it did get really cold last night. But temperatures will probably be in the upper 20s for overnight lows, and it will be overall pretty clear out there. We'll see some high clouds from time to time. So, again, another cold night. So bundle up if you're going to be out and about. But as we head into tomorrow, again, we'll see a lot of sunshine. The temperatures, again, will be in the upper 30s, which is pretty nice for this time of year. But then as we get into the weekend, it's going to be a pretty good weekend. If you have anything that you want to do outdoors, if you have any plans to do anything, it should be pretty good. A lot of mild air is going to start moving into our region. Low to mid 40s for temperatures, a mix of clouds and sun. A lot of high clouds are going to be out there. And then as we head into next week, that pattern is overall going to try to stick around. Monday we'll probably see our warmest day of the week, which will be in the upper 40s, which is well above average. And then as we get into Monday night into Tuesday, a little storm system will start to move into our region. It will probably give us a little rain. And it'll cool us down a little bit as we head throughout the rest of next week. And then as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the temperatures will probably dip down into the upper 30s. But overall, that's pretty nice for this time of year. I don't see any big winter storms heading toward our region. I don't see anything major winter-wise, so that's some good news. So enjoy it while it lasts, because who knows when the big one's coming, but it could be coming eventually. But what's going on is I think El Nino is really starting to tune out and really start cranking into in the Pacific, which is basically warming of the Pacific waters, and that's completely changing the weather pattern all over the United States. That's why we're in a kind of a more mild pattern, and now California is getting more rain, which is very good news. But today that was a pretty strong storm that moved in, and that was a lot of rain, which they definitely need. But sometimes they get too much in that region with these storm systems, and it causes a lot of flooding out there. And also because of the recent wildfires, and soil just can't handle that amount of rain. And the wind has been another problem with that storm system. Winds up and to the canyons have been over 100 miles per hour. So that just indicates how strong that storm system is. And last but not least, the snow is going to be ongoing across the Sierra Nevadas, which is very good news for them in California because they can in turn use that snow and that can be turned into water. So that drought is starting to get some help out there, but they're going to need a whole lot more. But that definitely is in the cards. The Pacific storm track is probably going to be continuing over the next few weeks. So that's going to probably be an ongoing problem for them. So don't take anything, but sometimes it can be a little bit of too much at a time. So as the West Coast is dealing with stormy weather, recently on the East Coast they dealt with a pretty strong storm out there. Luckily, the I-95 corridor was more of a rain event. But as we head into the interior Northeast, they dealt with a lot of snow out there. So they love it. They certainly use it in the ski resort. So nothing they can't handle. And that's pretty much the weather. The last story I have is kind of space and astronomy. Late last week on Friday the 5th, the Orion actually did take off the test flight, and they launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, and they launched into the atmosphere, and they went around the Earth twice, and then it came back into the Earth 4.5 hours later and landed in the Pacific. Basically, this was a test flight, and they're testing out this spacecraft to see if they can actually take humans further and deeper into space, eventually as we head into probably the next decade. And they're thinking that potentially this craft could take us to Mars. So it's pretty exciting for them to actually have that test flight and for them to have such perfection with that test flight. There wasn't a whole lot of complications, so that was some good news. And the last little thing I have, which ties into that, is today, 42 years ago, we actually landed on the moon. So they like to get onto those moons and planets again sometimes, so we'll see what happens. You know that budget, Kerry. They don't have a whole lot of money like
right.
they used to, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully we do get back to the moon and back to Mars and maybe even on to an asteroid. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But it's definitely worth mentioning. It's pretty interesting, life outside of Earth. But other than that, that's pretty much the weather across our area and the United States. So if you want to keep tuned to our pretty balmy winter forecast, that's probably going to be continuing for some time. Just go to my website, Doppler.com.
All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, keep the this mild weather coming. All right, let's check in with Joey and Holly real quick, and then we'll get to our guest.
This is Gardening in 2 Minutes, a very inexpensive way to grow some fresh produce indoors over the winter is simply by growing sprouts. Now, what are sprouts?
Sprouts are basically sprouted seeds that you grow in your home. And they grow quickly and they don't take up much space. You don't need any soil for them. And they are nutrient packed. They're very economical, as a small amount of seeds can produce a great amount of sprouts within just a few days.
Now, what are some tools that are needed since we don't need soil to sprout sprouts?
All you basically need is a mason jar, and then you need some old pair of pantyhose or some simple window screen material, and then you just put either rubber band or a canning ring around the jar. What you do is you put your sprout seeds into the jar, you get them wet, you let them sit in water for a few minutes, then you dump the water out but leave the sprout seeds in the jar. You're going to do this twice a day until you start to see the sprouts sprout until they're about 4 to 5 inches, well, 3 to 4 inches long, and then you can eat the sprouts. You can let them keep going for a couple more days if you want, but you do want to eat them as soon as they start to get a few inches long.
Now, based on the type of sprout that you're growing, it will determine the time it takes for them to reach a edible state.
Right. Smaller seeds are going to sprout faster than larger seeds, so you want to keep that in mind. Also, you don't want to let the seeds just soak in water. So when you rinse them, you want to rinse them and make sure you drain the water out. You're just rinsing them so that they get kind of wet for a little bit. But if they soak in water for too much or too long, they're going to get moldy.
Not all seeds are sprout worthy. There are specific seeds that are better fit for this particular application. You want to avoid seeds such as tomatoes or pumpkin or even squash because of the toxicity that they can house. For more information on sprouts and growing them indoors over the winter, our weekly video productions, as well as our free downloadable digital quarterly magazine, you can find all that information at
thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.
For the health-conscious organic gardener worldwide. For Gardening in 2 Minutes, I'm Joy Baird.
And I'm Holly Baird.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. All the way from Wisconsin, Richard.
Road trip.
Road trip. It's colder there, probably even.
No snow, though.
Yeah.
No snow? A lot of snow.
No? Cool. Yeah, maybe road trip. You drive. All right, let's get to our guest for tonight. He is the owner of the Marketplace Help Center right here in Garden City, and he has helped several people through the Obamacare health plan and other insurance-related issues. Welcome, David Jevahirian.
Yeah, you're getting really good at that.
How you doing?
Jevahirian, and David's fine.
Jevahirian, David J.
There you
DJ. All right.
Deej.
So how's it going?
Great.
You're back in the hood, eh?
Yep. We were here last year helping people. Helped a lot of people out.
New location, though?
New location, about a mile east from where I was, or west from where I was last year.
Mm-hmm.
We're down at Middle Belton Ford Road, right by Orange Jewelers.
So, is Obamacare still an issue? I mean, have they improved the enrollment? I mean, is it?
Well, Obamacare itself is definitely an issue.
Yeah,
but
I know.
As far as getting signed up for it, yeah, the system's working a lot better this year.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not crashing, throwing people out, so you can get through it.
Yeah, that was a big deal. I know that they had that issue last year. Mm-hmm. So you're still offering to help people enroll in that at no cost, like last year, if they come in.
They can come in, find out what they qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a one-stop application for everybody now.
Right.
So last year, a lot of people were falling through some cracks where the Medicaid program hadn't expanded.
Right.
This year it's expanded, so pretty much everyone's going to get help. They want you to have insurance one way or another. So if by virtue of your income you qualify for a subsidized plan, that's what we're there to help you out with. We can easily do that for you, find out what you qualify for and apply it to a plan. And if your income is below the right level, we'll steer you in the right direction. We offer to do the applications for $25.
Okay.
But we're honest with our clients. It's free if you want to go to the DHS and sit with them. We give them the directions on how, if they want to go online, that they can do it. Most people are quite happy to pay a fee to do that rather than sit in the DHS all day long.
Yeah,
so we're available for that too.
Right. So the people that have Obamacare now, what do they have to do? Do they have to do anything this year?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. According to the Marketplace, which is the system that we're purchasing from now, the government entity that's administrating Obamacare, they do want you to follow up this year. They want you to go back in, put your current income in, update everything. That way you'll be making sure that you're drawing forward the subsidy that you arranged for the previous year.
Okay.
Now, part of the key to that is, if the client remembers, there was a question on the application if they wanted to be able to have the Obamacare system check their taxes for up to 5 years so that they can perhaps keep the program going for them. So that's key, especially if they didn't check that. They may not get their subsidy. They'll move into the first of the year, and they're going to be hit with a retail bill on that insurance that was getting subsidized before. They're going to find themselves in a bad position. So it is advised, if you're out there, if you signed up, especially if you're in my office, please come in. We try to contact everybody, either by pager or email if we have them, and come on in. We'll put it back in. And also understand that the parameters have changed. So a lot of people last year that were getting subsidies will be moving to Medicaid this year. So if they were real down at the low end of the income level, it's possible this year they qualify for Medicaid.
You have a comment on that?
No.
No? I saw you shaking your head there.
I was definitely shaking my head.
Yeah, in response.
Consider me not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan at all.
No.
Okay.
That's all right. There's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that are getting help.
A lot of people are getting help, though. I mean, I know several people that you've helped personally
Sure.
That didn't have any insurance, and even ones that had insurance have better insurance now, probably.
Yeah. Look, the whole system needs a solution. I don't know if this is a solution, but when someone comes back to you a year later after helping that, they didn't have insurance, young guy came in, he had warts for some reason. They had broken out in warts. They were climbing up his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Came in, he was all thankful this year. Look, I got it treated. I could afford to go to the doctor. And he also happened to end up in the hospital that year and have that bill paid for him. So people need the help. There's people that can't afford the health care. It's a crime that we don't have it.
Right.
Is this the right answer? Are they bankrupting the government? Are they
somebody subsidizing it? I mean,
right? They're taking from someplace to give it to them, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. But you've helped a lot of people. I know that.
Yeah, that part feels good.
Right. So it's still basically the same. I mean, they have the plans, the gold and bronze and all that again.
There's plans, silver, gold, bronze, whatever level you want to get into.
So how does that work when somebody comes into you? I mean, you basically get their income or whatever, and then
well, I'll sit down and have a little consultation with them at first, find out
take
what
us
they're
through that.
making. I want to know what you're making. I want to know the size of your household, because that's going to determine the level that you're going to get subsidized at. There are some basic parameters. We can give you an idea of what the outcome might be. It's not always exact. It's not always the same by those numbers. As you get close to them, it tends to push you either in Medicaid or forward.
Right.
I can, after that, we'll sit down, we'll put all the inputs into the system, and we find out what your subsidy is, and then I'll turn around and we'll look at different products that are in your area. What's real important is, are your doctors in these networks? You'll get serviced on the plan the way it should. We check all those things out for you. We'll check for your doctors, your hospitals. There's different levels of coverage.
So when they walk out of your office, they have insurance?
They're done. Their insurance, if they're in before the 15th of this month,
okay,
will be starting January 1st. They'll get billed. They'll get cards in the mail. We're not exchanging any money here. We're setting you up.
Wow.
It's entirely up to you to make that first payment. That's what's going to...
So it's pretty painless, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy. Come on in. You're going to know what you know. The hardest thing to know is what's the phone number at work.
Right.
So if you're calling in sick a lot, you know that right off the bat. And
yeah, I like that.
we'll get an idea what kind of people are coming in.
Yeah, that's true. Richard, you got any questions for him? We got some in the chat room here.
How do you make money?
How do I make money? I am a commission salesperson.
Okay.
So I am licensed with all the different carriers that are online. So when you come into my office...
Through the marketplace.
Through the marketplace, yes. On and off the marketplace. All different carriers. Aetna, Humana. Some of them are on the marketplace. Some of them aren't. Blue Cross. And when you come in, I can truly be non-biased, because it doesn't matter who you take your insurance from.
Sure.
I'm going to get a commission one way or another.
Okay.
So that's whatever works best for you. You know,
Mike?
honestly, that's what I'm looking to do.
We have Mike Jones here, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned Mike was here tonight.
And that commission really isn't coming out of the pocket of the client. It's coming from the insurance company itself.
Oh, absolutely. It's not changing the cost of your insurance. It's not somehow some hidden cost that I'm charging you. The insurance company's happy to help me align you with them. So
cool.
And my decisions are based on who's your doctor, where do you live, what hospital you want to go to. Are you willing to change doctors? If it saves you money, we'll get you a less expensive one.
Right,
these are all options that have to be considered.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important. You need to check these out. If you're doing it on your own, make sure you're not buying something you can't use.
Yeah. So how does that work again? If they have their own doctor, they can keep that doctor? Or?
Well, yeah. Basically, there's two kinds.
You work around that?
Yeah, there's two kinds of insurance, basically. There's PPOs and there's HMOs.
Okay.
The PPO, people like to say, that's my doctor of choice because I can go wherever I want.
Yeah.
You still need to stay in your networks with the PPOs because the insurance will pay half as much. If you're outside of it, you'll end up getting more bills.
Okay.
But you're at will to do that. And you're at will to go see any doctor you want at any time. With an HMO, you absolutely have to stay in network. They will not pay any of your bills if you're out of their network.
Right.
And you have to have a primary care physician. HMO is a managed insurance system.
Okay.
And when you've got a problem, you see your primary, he'll give you a referral to see a specialist. You have to have the referral, and you have to remain in network. And even when it comes to, say, Blue Cross, which is a well-known name, they have 3 different HMO networks in the area.
Right.
They're targeting different price levels.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the doctors are at will to take some, all, or none of those.
Yeah, right, if they're participating or whatever, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So to use common terms that some of us know, if you have traditional Blue Cross, what is that? Is that an HMO?
Well, I'll tell you, one way to tell is if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you have a PPO. That's the PPO arm, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Blue Care Network is the HMO arm. So if you have BCN or Blue Care Network on your card, you're working with an HMO. Furthermore, your card will actually have your primary physician declared on it.
Oh.
And you'll know because if you've been using your insurance, they're forcing you to get these referrals, and they say you can't come in the office without the referral.
Right.
You're working with an HMO if you're working with referrals. However, with that freedom comes a price, because if you're talking about a family of, say, 3, the difference between an HMO and a PPO in price is about $200 a month for the policy. Wow. So it is considerable.
Yeah, that is.
And the different levels of HMO could vary by another $100.
Now, what about prescription drugs? We were talking about, I mean, prescriptions, man.
Prescriptions are real killers. You should know whether your policy is covering your prescriptions before or after your deductible.
Right.
Again, with all the regulation that they're putting on the insurance companies, understand that the insurance policies themselves have become all very much the same. There's not a lot of wiggle room. They have to cover what they have to cover. It's mandated.
Right.
The one thing that they can work with are the drugs. There'll be the copays on your drugs. Most important is it before or after your deductible.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you're on a lot of expensive drugs, that's going to be important to you.
Yeah,
if you're a young stud bull, you don't care, and you're not on drugs, and it's not going to affect you, you're not going to consider it.
You mean
right.
Different people, different,
yeah.
in prescription form anyway. Different people have different concerns. That's the point of the consultation.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, because, I mean, prescriptions where they really hit you, man. I mean, they hit you hard. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, try prescriptions on insulin.
Yeah.
For the drugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went for a 3-month supply on some of those things, and they're like $900.
Oh, that's
$1,000.
There are drugs out there now that I'm in this business, and I see what's going on there. Guys, there's drugs out there.
That's my copay.
$4,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
A dose, and you may need it once a month, and it's $3,000. If you have insurance, you're getting it. If you don't,
yeah. I see you got your Blue Cross card out here.
Yeah, I was just making sure it was a PPO.
Well, we have someone in the studio here who retired from Blue Cross, so she's pretty well read on this stuff too.
Well, I better not make any mistakes. You're just going to call me Briggs and Boys, aren't you?
PPO. So is that PPO? Is that okay?
High five, Richard.
PPO, yeah.
Really?
That's that good.
That's good, man.
There is
Preferred provider, yeah.
there's nothing like that good government coverage. I can tell you that right now. And the only thing that comes second to that is what the car companies had, and you can thank them. That's why you have insurance in the style that you have insurance. That very much came as a result of a development from.
Yeah, that was the
car companies.
Yeah, the pattern or whatever.
It'll be important for
the model.
They set the mold.
Yeah, the mold. Right. So we were talking last year. You were only here 6 months? Was it?
Right. They
now you're thinking of
year,
staying.
And I had opened up a storefront. Understand, no one's ever done this before.
Okay.
There's places you can walk in and you can get your liability insurance and your car insurance at the State Farm place. But
Yeah, this is something. When you told me this, I thought it was great.
Where you can go in and consult with somebody like this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, through the years, part of the pattern of the industry has been it's being discouraged to have people like me, because the first part of Obamacare, honestly, cut our commissions way less than in half. It mandated that those insurance companies had to give 80 cents on the dollar back on claims and could only operate on 20. They historically were keeping 15, 60 cents on the dollar. So it discourages people from going into business and really being willing to sit down and talk to you about what's going on about this. Because you can certainly call Blue Cross. They'll sell you on the phone, and you can certainly go online by yourself and work through that application.
If you can talk to a person,
that's
the thing.
Well, I have a Blue Cross agent,
tough.
so I don't have any problem talking to him.
Yeah, that's good. So, any other questions for you, Richard? Any comments?
No.
I know you have a comment.
No, I just.
This is kind of cool, though.
Affordable Care Act is just, it's different.
Yeah.
And for some people, it has really caused some angst, because either as an employer or as an individual, they're having to pay money that they didn't have to pay. And I know that that's not the agent's falls or responsibility.
Right, exactly.
Well, it's always the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
It's always the guy like me, because I'm right there with you. I make just enough that no one's going to give me a subsidy to help with me and my family. So my cost of insurance went up just a little bit like everyone else's because they mandated certain coverages that everyone should have.
Yeah.
You know, and the people that make more than me can change their lifestyle. They'll be okay. They'll set it, and it's just going to be the way of life in another 3 years. No one's going to question it.
Yeah.
People want to know if it's going to be repealed.
No.
No, you can't open up a cookie jar and close it. Cookie jar's open.
Although
People
they're
are gonna
going to
help.
try. They're trying like
They're
hell to
gonna
repeal
try.
it.
They may change the face of it, but it's not going away.
I don't think so either.
No. Unless they
Yeah,
find
sure to
another
stay.
solution to it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Universal health care.
Right.
They're not going to buy that.
they could
Well, that's
tweak
an even
it.
dirtier,
Yeah.
That's an even dirtier word, isn't
Yes.
it? Well, this is that in disguise. Isn't
It
it?
is.
trying
It
to
basically
repeal
is, isn't it?
It's getting as close as they can do it.
Yeah.
But again, it's the guy in the middle that's paying the most.
Yeah.
It always is. It,
Always will be.
Always
Unless
will be.
they really tweak it to where it isn't. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what they're going to do to tweak it.
You know, on the other hand, people had problems. They had pre-existing conditions. That's gone. You know,
That was
walk
huge.
in there, yeah. I mean, I can
You can
walk
have your
in
kid
this
on
year-
your
Or not, well, there's 3 hours to go.
midnight, right?
So,
It's crazy. We're back on video too, folks. Sorry about that. I don't know. We dropped the video too, so we'll make it through this. So anyway, hey, you had a lot of grand openings today. I mean, you made me tired just watching you.
actually, to be forthright and accurate about it, there was one grand opening today.
Yeah, the rest
But
are
there were
resolutions.
some that I missed because of obligations downtown. So, yeah, I presented 3 different resolutions today.
Well, let's mention the grand opening. It was Airtime Trampoline and Game Park.
Yes.
That's pretty cool,
Wow.
eh? And where's that located?
It is on Warren Road, and for those that are familiar with the area, somewhat east of Meyer, where the Value City property is.
Yeah.
Today, there's a Value City Furniture still in operation.
Okay.
This trampoline and GameStop is located in the former Value City store, immediately adjacent to.
Oh, wow. So that's a
Value
pretty
City
big place.
It's a very big place. It's 30-some thousand square feet.
Wow.
And they've spent a little more than $2 million on a renovation of the interior. And what it is exactly what the moniker says. It is a trampoline place where you come and you have fun, and there's different areas for little kids, there's different areas for adults.
I saw you. I thought you were going to break your neck on that thing.
Yeah.
You make me nervous, man.
Yeah, so one of the things that they're actually trying to push is like corporate experience. You know, bring the team there for some team building experience and whatnot. You can, hit the boss with a Nerf ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and some of the younger City of Westland employees really had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you could see that it's both a good time and it could be a workout.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, they've rehabbed the entire place. It's all padded.
It's pretty safe.
I'm going to say there's probably about 10 different individual, very large areas.
So the whole place is trampolines? 31,000 square feet?
Yeah, but it's different types of trampolines. Like part of
okay.
it is where you bounce around a bit and then you go into like a pool, so to speak, of Nerf.
Okay.
There's a basketball area.
Also,
There's a kiddie area. There's,
That's crazy.
It's unique. It's different.
So they ought to do good there, I think.
I would think so.
Probably
This
have a
is
lot
the
of parties,
third-
birthday parties, stuff like
Right.
that.
The third of 3 for this particular company or franchise.
Okay.
There's apparently
Airtime.
one in Novi. I'm not sure where the other one is, but Westland, they said, is not only their latest, but their biggest.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it was quite nice. They had all of their corporate people there. City of Westland had a lot of people there. It was fun.
So then you had a resolution also for Four Seasons Nursing Center.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with them.
About a month and a half ago, they had their renovation re-grand opening that we all attended, but at that time, they were not able to provide us some of the information that we'd asked for resolution. So they finally got that together. We drafted it, and I went there today.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then another resolution for Get It Nailed Spa.
Nail spa.
Yeah, nail spa.
Yeah, it's a nail spa. It's located in Westland.
Yeah.
I wish to deviate for just a moment and say that the city of Westland, when there's a business opening,
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Cable's there. The mayor brings his department heads there.
And
other
we're going to try and
politicians
change that in Garden City, too.
Yeah, interested people are invited to attend. And these entities that are investing in our communities, they're told, we're making this a big deal. We're coming. We want to cut a ribbon.
I love
We
it.
want to get you on cable. We want to promote you folks. And without exception, it's always that way. It's very good.
Yeah, they do
So
go all out.
Westland probably averages about one a week.
Yeah, it's been going. I
And-
know. I see a lot of it.
For the most part, this is where, one business may have been challenged in a way, and so there's a vacant building and somebody else fills it, and, they're doing good stuff.
They
So
are.
the city wants to make it as easy to come in, abide by the rules, so to speak, get your doors open, and then we're going to help you to promote it.
Well, speaking of that, and we were speaking earlier off, and I know you probably don't want to say much, but Garden City needs to make it more business friendly. They need to become more business friendly. And you're having some issues, David, I know.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
been
know that
slow
some of the
going.
council members and the mayor and them all listen to this. And we've told them before that you have to become more business friendly. I hear a lot of grumblings from business people and, people that are trying to open businesses even. And they have to do something different. That's all there is to it.
If you want to fill the empty vacant buildings, that's what you have to do.
And we have
To
some
make
vacant
it
buildings. It's
work
happening. And we need to change that.
Part of it is chicken egg type thing. If you have more businesses, you can hire more people to assist more businesses. But until you get there, maybe you can't. And so there are probably unique problems. David may have certain problems, and other folks may have certain problems. And I think that this is an instance where communities, I wouldn't say that they're battling for business, but there is an effort.
It's pretty competitive
to bring
out there.
people into our towns, whether it be Garden City, Westland, Inkster, my other community, any of us. We
Yep.
all want the business.
Yeah.
And so without degradation of your policies and of your requirements, you want to be as open and helpful as you can. I think Westland's done a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, Westland has, and I know Garden City can do much better themselves. I mean, with what they've went through and put McDonald's through at Ford Road and Middlebelt,
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Finally, the council even had to say, okay, come on, let's move forward on this, okay? We're nitpicking around too much. And you can't do that. You just can't
Well, you
do
got to
that.
be careful. I know that one time when I was on the city council in Westland in the late 90s, may have been about 97 or 98, I remember that one of our boards was insistent on a sign requirement that required a major national corporation to bend a rule to the degree that they said, you know what, we're going to leave. We don't want it anymore. So
Yeah, see?
this
really-
this body denied them over an issue of 13 feet is what it amounted to.
Wow.
I then heard about it, and at about 8 o'clock at night, I contacted the then mayor,
Yeah.
and I said that I would appreciate if you could get on the horn and let's make some things happen by tomorrow so that we can convince these folks.
To
And
stay.
what happened was, it was at the corner of Newburgh and Warren Road. It was Lazy Boy, and they said, no, we're going to Canton, and they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And, eventually Lowe's came in and
Yeah.
Westland benefited. But there has to be negotiation, and there has to be an effort to work with
Yeah.
these companies.
I mean, a little
people.
bit of give and take doesn't hurt either. So let's see. Deals with cities ruled out by state law now on books. Okay, whatever that means. So anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up. I know you didn't want to say anything, but I wanted to bring it up.
That's right. I'm all for about following the rules or standards that are set up, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Because you want to put it in
Yep,
space.
absolutely.
In the city. I just think that they could be a little bit quicker about dealing with some of the issues, more straightforward about what the requirements are in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate, like you said, it's a chicken and an egg thing. If I haven't got enough money to properly fund the building department, I understand that it's outsourced. They're only there once a week.
Yeah.
It's a difficult way to run it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But
But you're wanting to stay the year now, and we want to keep you here in Garden City. So we don't want you to go somewhere else. So
well, I don't want to have to go through the process again. So it's probably just worth renting the place even though I'm not using it.
Absolutely.
One
I
of the
hear you.
things that has come up in the past, I've been in government a long time, and someone will say, well, the department, whether it be the state, the county, the city, they come in and they say, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Business owner or applicant does X, Y, and Z, and then they say, well, now you need to do A, B, and C.
Correct.
And, that's something that continues to happen in some of our towns. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, there's so much frustration with that. We need to have a set of rules and requirements. And then when you sign off and say, this is what you got to fix, if that's done, you might have to eat some of the other stuff for now.
Yeah.
And, if it was your oversight, your problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Be clear about it and enforce it uniformly.
Right.
Uniformity is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
And yeah, guess 7. We're not talking about making any special deals. We're just wanting to move things forward here. Let's not delay and beat around the bush so much. And like you said, just
openings. I was delayed.
Delayed,
I was delayed a month
yeah.
before I could open.
Yeah,
I
that's.
thought I started 40 days early enough, and
They got to do better than that. Absolutely.
it's too long.
I agree. Okay. And then you had the first term limited state legislator reunion at Ashley's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to come to that, but that's all
Well,
right.
get elected.
I'm not
We'll invite you.
retired or.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that just for a moment. So,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Since I became term limited, I've, of course, discovered that there are a number of us that are term limited.
Yeah, you had a good crowd.
So, for 2 years, I've been out of the state legislature for 2 years now. There's 3 or 4 of us that get together about once a month. We go have lunch, talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, about a month ago, we said, well, where are we going to go in December? And about 10 days ago, I said, just in response to somebody else's comment, I think I'm going to invite a couple of other people. And so I invited a couple, and then one person said, well, what about this one? What about that one? I said, you know what? Let's try something here. So I invited 55 people. But I did so, as I would come up with these names, I did so with some folks only having a few days' notice. But so we had 18 people show up, which was pretty nice.
Very nice.
Some of them driving 200 miles each way.
Really?
Yes, to attend.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. Some, like me, driven only 2.5 miles.
So how did you get that word out?
Cell phone numbers and whatnot, sent text messages.
Okay.
And Speaker of the House was there, Andy Dillon, which was cool. So we had other leadership folks there. And, so what I did was I developed a little 5-question survey. We're going to do this every year.
So it's annual.
Well, that was our first annual, and that's why I named it that.
Cool.
So next time it may be in Lansing, it may be in the Upper Peninsula. I don't know yet. But we're going to do something. We're going to try to do it at least once a year. And you may have seen on Facebook, there's a few folks that they became term limited quite some time ago.
Yeah.
And they're my friends, and they said, well, what about us? So I'm going to open it up. I wouldn't be surprised if our next one had 50 or 60 people at it.
You might have to rent a hall, man, if this gets any bigger.
That's all right.
But do it. What the heck? It's a good time. It's once a year, right?
Well, at least that's what we're thinking now.
Yeah.
Not sure
and
exactly
maybe more
when.
centrally located or something like you said. Just go around,
Garden
spread
City,
around.
for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Center of the universe, isn't it?
Down
I don't
right
want to have to
Garden
drive
City.
too far. I'll drive to the UP if I have to.
You'll drive to Garden City. if you have to.
But here's what happened, though. I said, I'm going to try to make something central. I truly did. I called half a dozen restaurants, and after about the 5th or 6th one,
Ashley's accommodating.
they were all saying, no, because I didn't call Ashley's yet.
Oh.
They were all saying, it's the holiday season. We're booked.
Ooh, that's right.
And I wanted a separate area. I didn't want 2 tables pushed together in the middle of a restaurant because there was some.
So you may have to change the date, tweak it there.
Oh yeah,
around the
definitely.
holidays. Yeah.
So I called. I know the owner of Ashley's, and
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, we'll get you in." So we got their little room there, and
Awesome.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, anybody wants to check out pictures or anything, they can find you on Facebook. Yeah, you got all
It
kinds.
really was fun.
In the trampoline place, you have pictures and all that. So yeah, go to Richard LeBlanc's Facebook page.
There you go.
And you can check it all out. Awesome. So
Hey, can I offer another Facebook comment real quick?
Yeah.
I know that time is a waste in here, but
yeah,
So today I'm at
we're off air
4,000.
for 15 minutes.
I'm at 4,998 friends.
Are you really?
And I've got about a dozen folks that want to be friends.
Uh-huh.
But I can't hit 5,000 because then your status changes and it's no longer a friend page. It's a public figure page.
Really?
So I've got to go. I want folks to know if you're one of those 10 or 11 or 12, whatever it is. I'm going to go through. I'm going to find some folks that may have, delisted their account or whatever. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to get rid of about 100 so that I can bring in some new folks. I do this about once every month.
I didn't know that when you hit $5,000.
Yeah, I do it about once a month. So that I can get right back up to the 4,950.
Clean
range.
house a little bit, so
but
to
I'm
speak.
within 2, so I can't. I really got to get this fixed. And there's a couple Garden City people on there. And hey, anybody from one of my 3 communities, I say yes automatically.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I do
a few
too.
days.
I do too. If they're from Garden City, especially, I always say yes.
So anyway, thank you.
All right. So okay, what's new in the county? Anything there? You had some.
I'll say that aside from some settling of bills and obligations
Suits.
and lawsuits and other really unfortunate stuff,
Yeah.
right now I think folks are pretty much in the mode that we're just going to kind of do what is necessary to do until the new administration comes in January.
Yeah.
On this show for the past year, we've talked about the jail. I was convinced we would have that issue addressed by October.
Yeah.
And the incoming executive, folks knew who was going to get elected. Let's just be real about it.
After August, there's no doubt.
Right.
And so he had apparently, and I say apparently because it didn't come to me, but apparently had asked for some consideration there. So the jail project is still being managed, I'll say.
Yeah.
No construction, but
nothing
a decision involving that is not going to occur for a little bit of time yet.
Yeah, that's going to come under the next regime, I think.
So there's a swearing in, an official swearing in next Thursday, a week from today, for new commissioners. And then the second Thursday of January is the ceremonial first meeting swearing in for new commissioners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
How many new commissioners do you have?
There are 2 new commissioners. Terry Marecki from the city of Livonia, and Al Haydes, the mayor from the city of Wayne. Both will become commissioners January 1st. And then the 13 rest of us, of course, we were just reelected, so we get sworn in.
And some were unopposed. I'm not going to say who, but.
And you're not term limited in that position, are you?
There are no term limits in that position.
Yeah.
They term out when they want to term out.
Must be nice.
You need to abolish the term limits in the other positions, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They're detrimental. They are. I've said it often. Said it before I got there, said it after I got there. They are not beneficial for the state of Michigan. And I would love for a recognized pro-term limit person to contact us and say, I want to be on the show one time.
Yeah.
I really would. Because,
put that out there.
Look, there are some valid points. I just don't think that they override other points. And there's no other position except one like this in government where you would say, I want the non-experienced person to do the work for you. Do you want a term-limited brain surgeon?
Yeah.
When you get your shoulder done tomorrow, do you want someone who's only got a week on the job?
No.
Right. So anybody who is spending, in our government, $60 billion and has a big role in that, do you want them to have some experience or no experience?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a good way of putting it.
Well, the lobbyists run the government because they're the only ones that have any experience.
I'm not going to agree with that, but I will say that they have more influence than they did have.
Yes, they do.
And part of the reason is that, I respect a lot of people, and those who have more experience than others, if they have more knowledge and more institutional memory, certainly you're going to rely on them to a degree.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll lean on them for sure.
That's just one of the things I would change if I was emperor of the state of Michigan.
Hey, now I see where
Czar.
Did you see where they're throwing Snyder's name into the mix of running for president?
Yeah, I heard that today.
Oh,
not the first time I've heard it.
Yes,
but
just one less choice, huh? I'm sorry.
I will tell you this, and it doesn't matter. I expect to be criticized for it later.
Yeah, you will.
If we have a person from Michigan that is a contender for president, that's who I'm supporting.
Oh, okay, Richard.
Yep.
Yeah. Not me. I'll put that out there.
It has to be
Well, it has to be.
somebody
right
like
person.
Yeah.
if you're comfortable with it.
Right.
I said contender, not just someone throwing their name in the hat.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right. So that's it. Nothing else.
That's it.
Pretty much it.
Yep.
You had a long day today. I know you're tired. All right, Mike. Anything from you today? We had a great
He's got a heck of a
Kiwanis
list
Christmas.
there.
Yeah, we did. The Kiwanis Rotary had a great Christmas party. We had,
Oh, it was today?
yeah. Yeah.
Richard didn't get the memo. He got the memo, but it was.
I did get
for
the memo for
December
the 18th.
We'll show you the replays when you come on the 18th. We had like 116 kids.
Wow. Nice.
We went through
How many?
like $1,200 worth of pizza and salad,
Yeah.
$1,800 worth of toys.
Pizza provided by Dominic
Amante's.
over at Amantea's.
Oh,
Very
good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He was there too, Dom.
Yeah. Like $1,800 worth of toys.
We're going to be there Tuesday.
It was a great event. It really
Garden Club.
shows the best effort of why somebody would want to be involved in the community, and in Kiwanis or Rotary in particular, because this is our
man.
showcase event for us. We've got a senior luncheon tomorrow at 12 o'clock at Maplewood.
Yep.
I heard there's going to be some gift cards and whatnot there.
Yeah.
Are you
Richard
providing 'em?
LeBlanc
Yeah.
donating some stuff.
You've got your GCBA meeting
Yep.
tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Holiday mixer.
Straight Farmhouse.
Yep.
You already mentioned the council meeting. The project graduation is doing that It's a Wonderful Life play
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday night
Plus dinner.
at O'Leary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see in the paper today that the assistant superintendent of schools
Yeah.
in Garden City is retiring, and that's kind of a surprise. 'Cause
It is.
He's not that old.
No, that's what I thought. Yeah. Kind of surprising.
Kiwanis has got a Motor City Casino bus trip coming up on January 31st through Party Animal.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Is that where they give you gambling money? It's like a free trip?
Yeah, it costs you $30, and they give you $30 worth of gambling money. So
Yeah.
technically, you don't have to spend anything.
Right. And then free transportation.
Free transportation down there and so forth.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah. This may be
Richard loves casinos.
this may be one of my last appearances on
For a
on
while.
Community Chat. We'll see if I feel up to it next week.
Just
5
pop
days
a
after
few
my
of them
surgery.
pills, man.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Hobble up the stairs with my sling and what have you.
Yeah.
But then the next 2 weeks you're off, and the week after that I'll still be in Hawaii. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so we won't see you for a while.
right.
Yeah. So that's all you got?
January 15th is first time I'll see you.
January 15th. Wow. Seems like a long way away.
Yeah, I'm getting a little anxious. 'Cause I have to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to go for the surgery.
Yeah, you'll do fine. We'll be thinking of you.
Yeah.
Richard would just be rolling over, and I'll be getting up to go to the bathroom.
which is what I would normally be doing. For the second time.
Oh, you too.
Oh, boy.
That's it.
All right. Well, cool. David, you got anything else you want to mention?
I think I'm good. I'd just like to throw out there that, don't forget, the 15th is the last day to sign up to get a January 1st start.
Right.
But that open enrollment does indeed go through February 15th, so there's still some time to still get something up and running for next year. After that, you got to wait a whole other year to get insured.
Wow. Yeah.
Outside of any life change, of course. Life change allows you special election
Oh, okay.
period to
Yeah.
sign up, but open enrollment will be closing on the 15th of February.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, we'll definitely make a note of that.
Well, yeah, the Tigers made 2 trades today.
Oh, yeah. Sports. Wow. They were busy today.
Yeah.
Got rid of
Yeah, get
Priscilla.
Derek back on this show.
Yeah, Derek. I don't know. I'm going to have to take him off the intro, too, if he's not going to come back on. He probably would, though. I don't know. He's busy. He's always got something going on, so.
Well, I'd be glad to give you updates on sports as much as I know it.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
he's in charge, or he's on top of it.
Yeah, he is, but you are, too. What'd you think of the trade anyway today?
Hard to tell. They're changing the team, obviously.
Yeah.
So from our starting pitchers last year, we've lost Smiley and Porcello.
Yeah.
We've added Price for one more year.
Mm-hmm.
We added this guy we just got from
Boston.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yeah.
Boston, we got a relief pitcher, who had a pretty good statistics.
And the
last
outfielder
year.
we got.
And the outfielder gives us a lot more punch in that lineup.
I don't know if he's going to do so hot in Comerica Park, though.
He doesn't have to hit home runs.
As long as he can produce.
But
where's that going to leave Martinez? Out there.
Well, Martinez will play one corner position. I don't know whether Cepedas can play center field. If not, he'll play the other corner position.
Yeah.
And
they don't want to get rid of that
they'll
kid.
They'll platoon guys at center field.
It sounds
if you put Kinsler, Cepedas, Cabrera, Martinez.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good
bunch
punch
in a lineup.
Yeah, it is.
That'll cover a little bit of the weakness at the bottom.
Well,
presumably we'll have Iglesias back, and they did trade one of their three low-hitting shortstops, good-fielding shortstops.
Yeah.
In this trade, so now we only have two.
It sounds like they're gearing up though to make a move for Max though, don't you think? Saving some money?
No, I don't think they're going to go for Max.
Either.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
Max is waiting for the guy from Kansas City to finish setting the bar.
You think?
Yeah,
and then the price goes up.
Well, Max ain't, his agent is. Those low-life agents, they're the ones you got.
Yeah, well, Boris has a record of
Yes, he
taking
does.
care of his clients very well.
Yeah, well, sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree, but.
No, I don't think they're going to get Max back.
Well, we'll see. That's going to be interesting.
But they got 2 or 3 key pieces that are only committed through next year.
Yeah.
They keep saying that they're pushing that they got to win now, and pretty soon that window for now is going to expire if they don't get it.
Yep, that's true.
Soon. And
all right, well, we're going to have to move on here and wrap this up. Don't forget, we are still looking for guests to have on the show, so if you're interested in coming on the show and sharing your story, or maybe you own a business or provide a service you'd like to share with the surrounding communities, then now is the time to contact us so we can get you scheduled for the new year coming up right around the corner. Just email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. It's that simple. Mike touched on the GC Business Alliance. We'll give a little update. The invites have all been mailed out to our businesses, and our first holiday mixer will be tomorrow evening, December 12th, 6 p.m. at the Straight Farmhouse in the Grand Parlor. Now, if you have a business here in Garden City and you did not receive your invite, contact me between now and tomorrow at gcbusinessalliance@gmail.com, and I will send an email out to you ASAP. We hope you or a representative from your business will be able to stop by for an evening of conversation, socializing, refreshments, and holiday cheer. Get to know your fellow business owners and become a member of this grassroots organization to promote and move the business community forward. Also, tours of the museum will be available that night, and if you have never been through it, you don't want to miss this opportunity. There's no cost and a lot of history and artifacts that make it very interesting. Also, check out the Alliance website at gardencitybusinessalliance.org, and we hope to see you there. Remember, we will upload this show when it's made available to our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat. Probably going to be chopped up, that's for sure, this show, the audio. I'll have to do some editing, I think. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. Don't forget the Guns and Hoses. I got to get that out here. Guns and Hoses hockey game
Saturday.
Is Saturday at 4 o'clock at the Garden City Ice Arena. That's at Cherry Hill and Merriman. I got it right here. December 13th, 4 p.m. Proceeds benefit the Garden City Hockey Association and the Garden City Youth Athletic Association. Donations will be accepted at the door. Raffle prizes and 50-50 too. Richard, this is what you're interested in, Wayne County Light Fest. Thursday, December 18th, they are doing a seniors trip to the Wayne County Light Fest. The cost is $5 paid in advance at the Balmoral desk at Maplewood Center. Boarding is at 6:20, departure at 6:40, arrival at 7 p.m., returning at 8:30, it looks like. Bus will pick you up at Maplewood in the parking lot. Please call the senior department at 734-793-1870 to inquire. Also, Mike already did that. Oh, I wanted to mention the Garden City Figure Skating Club will hold its annual free holiday ice show Sunday, December 14th at the Garden City Civic Arena. The 1-hour show begins at 3 p.m. It has a Christmas theme and is totally new production. There are about 30 skaters ranging in age from 4 to adult who are in the show. The admission is free with a canned food donation to support the Our Home Food Pantry located at the Maplewood Center in Garden City. Ice Arena is located in City Park at Cherry Hill, east of Merriman. For more information, email gardencity.fsc@gmail.com. And that's all the announcements.
It's a podcast.
Almost. I'm getting there. Hey, there are still tickets available for the Christmas party tomorrow, December 12th. Mike touched on that too, from 12 to 3 at the Maplewood Center. For ticket information, call 734-793-1870. City offices will be closed for the holiday December 24th, 25th, 26th, and December 31st. What the heck, man? January 1st and 2nd. City Hall is normally closed on Friday.
Don't hate on the government.
Tax bills deposited in the drop box at the north side of City Hall by December 31st will be posted as of that day. Don't forget. Trash pickup is only interrupted on December 25th and January 1st and runs through Saturday both weeks. Got that? Okay.
Check.
If you purchased a calendar last year, wait until you see the new one for 2015 called the Garden City Garden Club Paints It Up in the Garden. Calendars are available at Lucky Dog Luxury Daycare and boarding at 5921 Middle Belt in Garden City. 734-261-7387 is the phone number. Or you can order through the contact page at gcgc.weebly.com/contact. Remember to include your name, phone number, email address, and how many you would like. Calendars are still only $12 each. Makes a great gift for the holidays, and they thank you for your support. Well, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. I want to thank everyone that participated in tonight's show. Special thanks to David Jevahirian, David J.
Both of them.
From the Marketplace Help Center for answering our insurance questions. Remember, David is located at 29215 Ford Road in Garden City. His office number is 734-634-9408, right?
That's correct.
Also, thanks to my co-hosts Richard and Tom. Great job as always. Nice to have you back.
Thank you. I'm hoping that dog doesn't growl at me on the way out.
Yeah, I'm hoping too. Poor Zoe. She missed you, man. Who is this guy? Also, thank you to Joey and Holly from Wisconsin for your gardening tips, and thanks to everyone who hung out in the chat room with us. We're sorry for the technical difficulties. We dropped the call. It probably was my WOW internet service. I think that's what it was. We really appreciate it. Remember, for the latest weather, go to doppertomsweather.com. Also, if you have a show idea or a guest you'd like us to try and get on, just send us an email at gcommunitychat@gmail.com. We'll do our best to provide that. Don't forget to join our mailing list, too, at the same email address as well. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And also, if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. Check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. So on behalf of Richard and Tom and Mike Jones, this is Kerry. Thanks for listening. We hope to see you at the GCBA Holiday Mixer tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Straight Farmhouse, and back here next week on TalkShoe.com with our guest author, Wayne Stolt. Take care and have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.